This is the performance summary for week 3 of 2025. Let's start by inputting the starting and ending balances. Starting balance would be the one on Friday, Jan 10th. And the ending balance was the one on Friday, January 17th. So last week was a good week. The balance started off at 29,374 and it ended up at 31,417, which is a dollar gain of a little over $2,000, which is a 7% gain. And let's put in the theoretical numbers from our trade list here. These are the 5 trades from last week. So the theoretical was 7.22. It's a bit of a difference, but it's probably some kind of slippage somewhere. And let's look at each trade one by one. First one is AVGO Broadcom. So the strategy picked Broadcom last week because it's a high relative strength stock in the universe of the S&P 100 stocks. And also it had a bit of a sell-off in the prior weeks, and so this was a candidate for trading. So it got in here on a Monday and got out here on a Friday, and on that trade we made almost 8%. That was a really good trade. Next one is American Express, where we made 6.85, and so again it's got good relative strength in the long term, and it had a pretty good sell-off in the week prior to last, so the system bought here and sold here and made a very nice profit. Third trade is Goldman Sachs. That was the best trade of last week. We made over 12% on that one, and it's looking good on a relative strength measure, and it also has had the dip. So the system bought here and sold here. The fourth trade was Netflix. That was a pretty good one as well, 3.2%. So here's the long-term relative strength of Netflix, but it's been in a kind of a weak stance in the past few weeks since December, but last week it did have a nice pop. And the last one was Nvidia, where we made almost 6% on that one. So Nvidia has had, as we all know, huge strength in the past several months, but it's been kind of flat since I'd say fourth quarter of last year. But the system did pick up on this dip here, and we profited on Nvidia. And let's input the ending balance into the cumulative tab. So with last week's gain of $2,043, the cumulative running total since going live in June of 2024, the cumulative is now up to $5,367. And the starting balance in June of last year was around 25,000. So we're up about 26% since then. And let's update the graph here. So we're making a nice recovery from our drawdown, and we're here. And let's look at the longer term equity curve. And here it is. This is the one back tested back to the early 90s. And to show you a close-up of the action, This is zoomed in back to 2021, and this is the drawdown we recently had, and this is the pickup from that point. So that's the performance summary for week 3 of 2025. If you want to learn more about how the strategy works, please visit my website. Link is in the description box below. Thank you.